So anyway, I had this friend named Michael Stewart, who was a super cool black dude from like LA, and like he had actually auditioned for like Babyface, that like R&B guy. Like he was like,
okay.
he thought of himself, or he claimed he was like close to being the next Usher or something, and he was a smooth motherfucker. Like he was just super smooth, and the way he talked to girls, he's like, you know, just like this super cool fucking like early 2000s black dude way, where he'd just be like, so what's going on with you? What you doing? What you doing? And I was like, just like as uncool as possible.
Oh, we couldn't pull that off.
No, but I did. So I just saw him doing it all the time. So one time I was in the
cultural appropriation.
Yes, I appropriated the fuck out of that shit.
Stole it right off.
Dude, no one's against cultural appropriation for getting laid. We've been cultural appropriating to get laid all the time.
Hopefully not. I mean, Michael Stewart didn't seem to have a problem with it, so
he was fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you spit game. You're like, what up, shorty?
No, but it was really fucking so stupid that this worked. So I'm in the library, and I'm like studying freshman year, and this smoking hot Brazilian looking girl comes by, super hot.
Yeah.
I'm a freshman. She's clearly older, and I go. She said somehow I started a conversation, and I remember saying to myself, "I am just going to try to be Michael Stewart."
Dude, that's smart. I mean, why not? You what do you have to offer as Mo Mandel?
Nothing.
You have nothing. Wait,
Michael. You said I have nothing? I thought we were talking the past tense. You're saying right now I have nothing.
Well, now you're arguing about Target. I have no idea what you have, but I'm saying no. Back then, as a freshman, Mo Mandel, you're just like,
yeah.
And I mean,
but you know, we've always, everyone tries to be something you're not, but it's amazing how much,
especially with women.
Right.
Yeah.
But it usually doesn't work.
No, they smell it.
Yeah. You're like, you like that band? Me also band like.
Right.
So she sees what I'm studying. I'm like, what do you study? Or what you study?
So you just go up to her.
No, I'm like, yeah, kind of like get her attention as I'm studying. I'm like, and I go, so what do you study? And she goes, math. And I literally go, oh man, you like numbers and shit. And it worked. I said, you like numbers and shit.
So you went from this like hippie woodsy Jew to like, anyways,
I just cultural appropriated the fuck out of it.
You know,
I was just like,
I grew up in the streets of Baltimore, right, girl?
You like numbers and shit, huh? Oh, you like numbers and shit.
You just pulled out a do-rag. You're like, anyway.
Dude, but it fucking worked. It work. Like I couldn't believe it.
She laughed a little.
I don't remember exactly, but it worked. I got her fucking number, and then we agreed to go out the next week.
Now, when you do that in your mind at all, are you going like, okay, I have to talk black for the rest of the?
Well, there's a lot of thoughts about.
Do you go back into your white Jewy nerd voice, or do you go into like I am?
You like numbers and shit. You want us to roll out with me later? She's like, here's my number. I'm like, awesome. We should go to Chipotle.
You're buying. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, dude, wait for it. Wait for it.
I'm feeling the awkwardness on this story.
This is the worst date I've ever had in my life. Like that I've ever done.
Okay.
I honestly feel like
you're starting off, you're talking black, you're not black.
It was on a good, but I mean, she thought it was cool, motherfucker.
She was like, there's a big dick in these pants. If he's talking this, because white guys would talk like that, it's like, they got to have something.
So, okay, so I'm like, all right, we're going to go out this week. And then I'm kind of freaking out because she's a junior. She's super hot. I'm a freshman.
Oh, yeah, you can't even like take her to a bar.
God, you're anticipating everywhere this story is going.
Okay, sorry.
So,
all right,
I'm actually impressed.
Okay.
So anyway, first problem is I don't have a car, and she lives off campus downtown. So I'm going around, fuck. How am I going to get a car? I find this guy, Justin, his name was, I think, and he said, yeah, you could borrow my car.
Shout out to Justin.
Dude,
this is a man who understands the code.
Right.
Yes.
However, he didn't tell me until I went that night to pick it up that the car, he goes, just so you know, I'm having some problem. If you turn it off, it might not turn back on. So you're just going to want to leave that engine running.
Man, shout out to like broke dudes' cars, man. We all had something
like
we all knew.
Freshman year of college, it was like either you had a complete piece of shit car or you had a bike.
Yeah.
Like there was no in between.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, I knew one kid who had a car and he crashed it within the first week of college. And that's why your parents don't buy you a fucking car.
Totally.
So anyway, I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? So I'm like, this is like, as I'm going to get her, he tells me that. Like when I go pick up the car. So I'm just like, well, this is not off to a good start. I had already made up in my mind I was going to try to still just be cool Mike Stewart.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm staying. Yeah.
You're George Costanza.
Once you go black, you never go back.
Yes. Do the opposite of what you would do, and you'll be successful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be.
So you're George. You're Michael.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this
George,
guy,
Michael,
I want to say,
gay.
this is not just like, oh, he was black, so he was cool. I know plenty of black guys who are not cool. This guy was cool.
Yeah.
He was just a cool guy. He was an R&B singer.
Girls want to fuck him. Guys want to be him.
Yeah. I mean, he seemed a little crazy sometimes. He'd just be singing to himself all the time.
Yeah, but those guys are like, that's
cool,
how
though.
they make it.
Yeah. Like, imagine R. Kelly if he wasn't into young girls.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's this dude. This dude was like R. Kelly with a
piss on my face, Michael Stewart.
Right, exactly. Okay. With a healthy sexual whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, I show up at her house.
Right.
I just leave the engine on when I go to the door. And I figure we'll be in and out. It's kind of cool.
You're cherry to waits, you know?
Exactly.
Keep the heat on or whatever.
She goes, I go, this is a nice house. She's living in a house. I'm in a dorm. She goes, oh, yeah, let me give you a tour. I'm just like, okay. Just like looking at the car, just like running in the driveway. So like, all right. So we go in there. We do a tour. You know, I'm trying to like, how do you get a tour of someone's house while you're being cool? Like, oh, shit, you got sconces?
This is
y'all got wood floors?
I'm feeling it like gross right here. Okay.
So we come outside. Like
y'all got wood floors?
Oh, y'all got, but you got a bespoke backsplash?
You got your own bed? Because me and my roommate got bunk bed.
Oh, y'all ain't even doing bunks.
Oh, damn.
So we come outside and she's like, is your car on? I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I left the car on. Yeah, anyways.
Get in, bitch.
I mean, this was like 10 minutes. So it was like, your car was just sitting here on? Like in the driveway? Like someone could have just taken that. It's crazy.
So stupid. Okay.
So, a movie had come out at the time called Dancer in the Dark.
All right.
Which is with Bjork. It's a super depressing foreign film that's a musical that's also Icelandic.
Yeah, Bjork isn't doing anything happy or, you know, anything that has a through line.
It is the worst first date movie of all time. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a great movie. It's one of my favorite all-time movies, but it is as depressing as it gets.
Okay.
I knew that would be a good first.
Juices are not flowing if you're watching.
But I wanted to go to it. And you know, like, you know, you're broke. You don't get to go to a lot of movies. So I was like, let me double up the date and go to that movie I want to see.
I'm kind of impressed by you because you're like, you know, I really want to get laid by this chick, but I'm also willing to sacrifice it for art. So I like actually kind of
fucking so stupid.
It's insanely stupid, but I kind of respect it in a way.
Well, it just shows I didn't have my priorities in check.
Yeah, like you should have just been like, yeah, I'm taking you to the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese's.
Right.
Like you're like, we're having some throwback fun or whatever. You know, those dumb dates that guys pretend are cool. You know.
I don't know if it was a commitment to art or a commitment to me just being cheap, but I was like, if I'm gonna go to a movie, I don't want it to be something I want to watch.
Right.
So anyway, we go to that. It's a fucking nightmare. She's crying during the fucking movie. I mean, she's just crying. And I think on her way down to the parking lot, I like spit. I thought that would be cool if I just like did like a spit. I don't know why I thought that'd be cool. I told her I was a weed dealer.
You made up a thing?
Yeah. I told her I dealt weed. She said she liked weed, and I think in that time I was like, yeah, you know, I actually grow up in Mendocino County, actually bring it down here. Because my friend was doing that, so I just said I was doing that.
Wow, this is a Mo that I do not know, man.
It was as bad a date as it ever been.
I cannot believe this. And I just want to say, there is nothing in my catalog that
is this pathetic?
No.
Oh, because it gets a lot worse.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Here's why it's so painful.
I mean, every angle of this story is making me nauseous.
No, I'm telling you, it was the worst date anyone's ever been.
So you're now a weed dealer, you're spitting. She's like, what is it? Shut up. Stop.
I was like, it was like layers upon layers of trying to be different people. Because I had a friend who spit and was a weed dealer, and another friend who wore like this, I had this little ball chain necklace. I was trying to be like 5 different friends.
Yeah, you're like anybody but me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, remember in Tropic Thunder where Robert Downey Jr.'s character like melts down? He's one guy and then the other guy. That's basically what I was.
Yes.
And it's not working.
Okay.
She's not impressed that I'm a weed dealer. She does not think that's cool. She's not
she's studying math.
Yeah,
bro.
she's not impressed. She's a junior in college. And she's smoking hot. She's this beautiful, older, clearly well-to-do, successful Brazilian girl in my mind. Oh, that plays in later. So, it's not going good. We get back to the car. Thank God it opens up. We go to a bar. She knows a great bar. And I got to drop the old I'm not 21 on her. She's like, great. So we go to a coffee shop. And we get coffee. And then time to pay. I don't have any money.
Wait.
I had forgotten my wallet somehow.
Wait, how'd you pay for the movie?
I don't know. I can't remember that. I must have had cash, and I must have been out of cash. I guess even in my most optimistic zone, I didn't assume it would go on beyond the movie. And I don't really know why it did, if I'm thinking about it.
You were still, I mean...
She should have bailed.
She should have, but she was also like, fuck it, I'm not along for the ride. I don't know.
I mean, that just makes me realize I really had a shot with her.
Dude, she was trying to give the pussy up.
She was trying to give it up.
You were just like, no, we'll stop it. We'll find a way to stop it.
So it was just like, at that point, she was like, Jesus, all right, you can just drive me home. And then as I'm walking to the car, I say something like, so you're like, I start talking like Brazilian or something. And she goes, turns out, no, she's Jewish, which at this time in my life, that'd be a plus. At that time, I was like, oh, man, that's not as cool. You know what I mean? It wasn't as cool. So I said something like jokingly that she did not like. I said, I thought you were Brazilian. Turns out you're just a Jewish girl like all the rest. Like a joke. She did not find it funny.
Anytime you're bringing up other women on a first date,
and that you were like objectifying them.
Yeah.
And I was. Like at that time, I thought the fact I'm going with like this Brazilian girl, that'd be cool. Like I wasn't trying to marry her, you know what I mean? So now if she was Jewish, I'd be like the plus.
You couldn't afford a ring.
Fuck.
You couldn't afford the ring.
No. So, needless to say, dropped her off.
Hey, positive, the car started.
So
that's a positive.
I got, it was the kind of thing where like my friend was having a party and I was like, I got to go on this date. It's going to be awesome, but I'll be out maybe if you guys are going late night. Yeah. And I showed up, it was like 9:45. I was like, wow, you're already here. we haven't even got going. Oh, it's fucking pathetic.
Did you ever see her again?
Yes. Every now and then I'd see her on campus.
Yeah.
And I would just sort of be like,
right.
I think I talked to her one other time. I would just sort of leer around and look at her. I called her. She didn't want to go out again, obviously.
Did you ever like apologize and just be,
what am I going to say?
Hey, like I just really fucked up.
Hey, sorry, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yes, that would have probably actually maybe got you at a date, but she could have been like, you know what? Thanks for admitting that.
No, because it would be one thing if I was
the
real guy and then the fucking loser guy came out on the date. But I was really the loser guy.
Yeah, but you could have just been like, hey, I was nervous. You were cute. Whatever. Like.
I spit, pretended I was a weed dealer, borrowed a car.
All that.
That only works in romantic comedies. That's so fucking dumb.
It didn't work in real life for your dumb plan.
Well, it didn't mean it was going to work. I mean, girls only respect honesty in romantic comedies. That's the only time you're like, I'm actually a loser. And she's like, no, you lied, but that's okay. No, that's not.
Yeah, all right. Well,
yeah.
Damn, that is...
This podcast has bummed me out.
No, like
I was in a good zone.
The vibe in the room is definitely...
All right, let's